explore the methods of meditation that are as transformative as they are easy. This evening's lesson is drawn from a good-hearted question found on Reddit. What is the easiest meditation techniques for someone who struggles to meditate? Good evening, Jay, and thank you for both your presence as well as your generosity. Our good-hearted person wrote, I try to focus on my breath or a fan sound for 10 minutes, but I get disappointed when the 10 minutes are over and I realize I spent 8 minutes daydreaming. Is there another meditation technique which will make it easier to focus? I've been trying to meditate for more than 2 years using this technique, and it's not getting any easier, so I think I'm using the wrong technique. Let's begin with a bit of the old broad brush strokes before we get down to the nitty-gritty. So, I'm going to introduce you to a form of first mantra meditation and then silent meditation. We're going to focus on it not from the worldview or not through the lens of traditional phrases. Rather, we're going to look at it through the lens of neuroscience. So we're going to begin with a symbolic translation of the mantra, just so you don't get scared that we're trying to conjure a demon or something. Please chant with me. I invoke teachers Om action, non meditation, and Hung view. That the Benza Tantric Gurus teaches Pema enlightenment and siddhi abilities whom may be mastered by all. So what I'd like to do right now is, through the magic of, what's it called? I'm going to hit, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So I'm going to insert an image through the magic of computer. Okay. Allow me to introduce you to the metaphoric philosopher's stone that transforms the metaphoric lead of mindless mantra recitation into the metaphoric gold of mantra meditation. It works, the manner in which it works is twofold. Number one, during our inhalation, we could silently, mentally, and passively receive take 2. We can silently and mentally and passively recite, relaxing into this. Now, the king of the show, the star of the show in this line is the demonstrative pronoun this. That begs the question, what is this? And that's where we enter neuroscience. Every time we breathe in, whether we know it or not, we are accessing our sympathetic nervous system. This is not located in the 3-pound supercomputer between our ears. Instead, it is ensconced within the thoracic region or the rib cage region of our spinal cord, despite whatever artistic liberties the designer of this graphic took. So what's it for? Well, our sympathetic nervous system did not evolve to indulge either extreme of mind blanking or active concentration. Well then, what has it evolved to do? Glad you asked. During each inhalation, this sympathetic nervous system has evolved to simply notice, and to do so vulnerably, passively, viscerally, and randomly. This brings us to the magic of the demonstrative pronoun this. We are wired to notice sights and sounds and sensations and flavors and scents and the like. We are wired to notice emotions and intentions and thoughts and memories and imaginings. We can notice the external and the internal, the physical and the mental, the pleasurable and the painful, the interesting and the boring, the glorious and the grotesque. Now, this begs an important question. What are we going to do with this hoarder haul of chazarai that we can notice involuntarily during each in-breath? Glad you asked. Here we go. Okay. Oh, that was exciting. Okay. Okay, so now I can turn this off and no one has to go blind because I'm a bad graphic designer. So here we go. What do we do with all this gurk that we notice? Well, good news is that every time we exhale, we involuntarily access our parasympathetic nervous system. This bad boy is ensconced within the lower lumbar region of our spinal cord, as well as the tippy top of our, well, depending upon how you label it, either the tippy top of our cervical region, or, and I want to look up the proper word here because sometimes I'm just that nerdy. Well, that's no fun. Okay, fine. I can't find the exact vocabulary word I want, so I'm going to pout. So, the parasympathetic nervous system is ensconced within the lower lumbar region, or the tippy top of the cervical region, or the brainstem, depending upon how you want to, slice things. Anywho. This parasympathetic nervous system has evolved for both physical relaxation as well as mental release. So this brings us to part 2. If part 1 was to silently, mentally, and passively recite relaxing into this, then part 2 is to physically relax as best you can. While striving to chant these 12 syllables 4 times per breath. Now this is going to sound weird. It's like I'm asking you, for God's sakes, to blow bubble gum while walking backwards while remembering the sound of John Williams' Imperial March. Not that I've ever done that. So let's play with this right now for the span of 4 breaths. And to make things extra exciting, what I'm going to do is count on my fingers in a really unusual way while I do that. Om Mahum Benzo Guru Me Maziri Hung. Om Mahum Benzo Guru Me Maziri Hung. Om Mahung Benzo Guru Me Maziri Hun. Om Mahung Benzo Guru Me Maziri Hun. But wait, there's more. What could one do after physically exerting oneself in the act of performing this exercise? One could then rest in the silent version of this exact same exercise. Now, I'm not sure if you're an OG like me, but way back in the 80s, we had Family Matters, and a reoccurring character was Steve Urkel. And you know, our brain is a lot like our friend Steve Urkel. He means well, but he sure gets in the way, doesn't he? So we get to bring the creative enthusiasm of our own cerebral Steve Urkel into the path of mindfulness and meditation through the cunning use of monosyllabic words. As we breathe in, we could have our big old Steve Urkel of a brain silently and mentally recite this, the demonstrative pronoun this, the ultimate label. During our exhalation, we can have this same Steve Urkel of a brain silently and mentally recite the one-syllable verb ease. Okay. That's an excellent question, and I'll get back to that in a minute or two, but I'll need you to give me some specific things that are tiring you out, if you please. Thank you, Mr. Kevin. And your little cats, too. So, come let us play with silent meditation. So what we've just done is we've figured out how to count 4 repetitions of mantra meditation, followed by 12 repetitions of silent meditation, for a total of 16 counts. And so if you wanted to, you could do this over and over again. For a bit of the verbal meditation, a bit of the silent meditation, noticing whatever comes up, be it glorious or grotesque, interesting or boring. I recommend beginning for 5 minutes every 12 hours or so. And you can just set the, what's it called? The timer on your phone. Maybe do that every 12 hours for a week. The second week, you can bump that up to 10 minutes. The third week, you can bump that up to 15 minutes. Progress thusly, and by the conclusion of your 15th week, you will be surprised at what you can do contemplatively. So, returning back to our friend Jay. Oh, Jay, you're a message tease. So, anything you do can be tiring. Whether it's sitting upright for an hour can be tiring. Meditating can be different. Making love, picking your nose. Anything you do for 60 minutes at a stretch could be tiring. So it's super important that we lead our lives as sustainably as possible. Remember the words attributed to Zen Roshi Baso, or Basho. When I'm tired, I eat. When I'm hungry, I eat. When I'm tired, I rest. because of your regular meditation practice, hopefully every 12 hours or so, you're able to more and more flow from centered spontaneity, able to shrug off the Catholic guilt. And because let's face it, Jay, you're far too old to shit all over yourself, aren't you? I know I am. So we can shrug off our guilt, mine, Jewish, yours, Catholic, and be led, instead of by shoulds, led by centered spontaneity. And as such, there'll be times we'll interact with people. There'll be times we will cocoon. There'll be times where we are meeting with people one-on-one. Hopefully people who want us in their lives, not people we are foisting ourselves upon, because that ain't got nothing to do with being loving and laid back. And it has everything to do with being fearful, controlling, and rigid. So there will be times when we are interacting with people, times when we are not, times when we are withdrawn into the cozy comfort of our apartment, other times when we are out and about. But hopefully you will implement things in your life to create sustainability. Things like going for a walk every day. Things like, and if you have cats, you can put collars on them and go for a drag. I just, don't take your cats on a walk. You can go for a walk every day. You can work out every day. I'm a big fan of variations on the theme of squat thrusting. Gets your blood going, gets the endorphins going. Real big fan of getting enough sleep. Real big fan of getting fresh air, sunshine, exercise. Real big fan of eating the foods that the World Health Organization seems to feel that all humans at every stage of life can thrive on. You guessed it, a whole food vegan diet. Eat all the fruits, vegetables, seeds, nuts, legumes, tubers, grains you desire. And you'll live long enough to annoy everyone on the block. You will be the most gorgeous 80-year-old in your postal zip code zone. How fun would that be? Oh, look, there's Jay, Mr. Gorgeous. So, these are the things that make a monastic life, or any life, work really, really well. And of course, it depends who you ask. There's always going to be people who eagerly traverse the path of being rigid, fearful, and controlling, and tell you how it's supposed to be a miserable existence, all the while forgetting about the fourth enlightenment factor, joy. Oh yeah, that thing. So, bearing in mind that the fourth enlightenment factor is joy, lead your life. Allow yourself to be led by the centered spontaneity that is joyful and sustainable and delightful. It makes the world a better place. In the words of Lily Tomlin, and that's the truth. Thank you, Jay. Let's see. I think I'll be really clever now. Okay, so I look forward to getting into the nitty-gritty after approximately 30 seconds of housekeeping. This is Lama Jigme Gyatso of the Buddha Joy Meditation School. For more than 30 years, I spent about 8 hours a day, almost every day, studying, practicing, mastering, and reverse engineering the teachings and techniques of each sect of Buddhism so that you won't have to. Welcome, my friends, to Meditate Like a Jedi, which is made possible due to the generosity of viewers just like you. So tonight's going to be an editing-rich adventure. If that's not your cup of tea, I will understand and do my best not to cry on camera much. Let us bring the experience of the 4 bases of mindfulness into the conventional path of love and letting go, where it is love that is emphasized. The late great former head of the Nyingma order of Tibet, Gyatso, Dilgo Khyentse Rinpoche, insisted that Tantra is based on sutra with which it must never contradict. And the Buddha was keen on the 4 bases of mindfulness. So this is not something we are pulling out of left field. Ooh, look at this. So, quick look at Bunny. I'm going to insert something here. And let's hit the old wrap text. Oh boy, come on. Oh, that's what's going on. The old hidden magic corners trick, eh, Chief? You old G's will remember that from Get Smart. Okay, here we go. Rather than indulge or controlling tendencies with off on ease of visualization, emotion, magic, and belief, we could just recite these words of love in harmony with our breathing and allow our subconscious to do the heavy lifting. Let's see here. Let's make sure J is there in all its glory. Okay. A bit of the old insert. Okay, thank you for your patience. Now that I've chased everybody away, come let us chant. May all minds of all beings now be as peacefully wise as the mind of a real Lord. Imagine Buddha symbolized by a tikle, one syllable seed or bija mantra. Oh, this is what I was thinking of doing. Yes, I wanted to move this bad boy here, and that didn't work. Oh well. So much for that. All right, let's move on. I'm going to hit the insert button. And the paste button. So we're taking this avalanche of words and shrinking it down to just 6 syllables. During the inhalation, let us silently and mentally recite Bija wise, And during the exhalation, let us silently and mentally recite for all minds. And if you're super clever, you will notice that the word wise is written in blue ink, which corresponds with the heart chakra. Insert. Adjust the height. And paste. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now let's do the same thing, only with a bit of the old mantra. Om Mahum Benzo Guru Bema Siri Hung Om Mahum Benzo Guru Bema Siri Hung Om Mahum Benzo Guru Bema Siri Hung Om Mahum Benzo Guru Bema Siri Hung. And now let's kick back. During our inhalation, let us kick back and watch the antics of mind. As silently and mentally we recite the demonstrative pronoun this. During our exhalation, let us relax into mind's non-graspable nature. As silently and mentally we recite the one-syllable verb ease. Kevin, movie trivia. I love Keanu Reeves. Did you enjoy the movie Constantine? All right, let's see here. Splendid. Okay. Remember that scene when Constantine was conversing with Satan? Remember that wonderful character actor they hired? Working too hard. I need a vacation. Remember that line? Because that makes me think that's the line I was playing in my head when Jay typed, "I need a vacation." Don't worry, Jay, I wasn't calling you Satan. Here we go. May all relationships or speech of all beings now be as joyfully loving as a real or imagined Buddhist communication symbolized by the 12 suitable mantras. Okay, so the word love is in red, which reminds us of the throat chakra. Om Mahum Benzo Guru Me Maziri Hung Om Mahum Benzo Guru Me Maziri Hung Om Mahum Benzo Guru Me Maziri Hung Om Mahum Benzo Guru Me Maziri Hung. Oh, I just had a fun idea. What if we took this bad boy here and we put it here? Whoop, that's a bad idea. Why'd you tell me to do that? Devin, shame on you. I blame Rue. May all bodies or forms of all beings now enjoy the beautiful Hasidic Buddhist sanctuary, depicting the blissful body of a real or imagined Devi or Yadam and archetype of enlightenment such as Kuntu Zangpo. There we go. Om Ahum Benzo Guru Me Maziri Hung Om Ahum Benzo Guru Me Maziri Hung Om Ahum Benzo Guru Me Maziri Hung Om Ahum Benzo Guru Me Maziri Hung. Aha. May all circumstances or lots of all beings who have the good fortune or boon, as a Buddha's real or imagined paradise, pure land or Vanti. Om Mahung Benzo Guru Me Maziri Hung Om Mahung Benzo Guru Me Maziri Hung Om Mahung Benzo Guru Me Maziri Hung Om Mahung Benzo Guru Me Maziri Hung. And by the way, here is the training schedule that I referred to during the opening lesson. 5 minutes the first week, 5 minutes the first week, 10 minutes the second week, 15 minutes the third week, so forth and so on. Now let us let go. Let us view letting go through a physiological lens as we bring the experience of the 4 bases of mindfulness into the ultimate path of love and letting go, where it is letting go that is emphasized. Let us sidestep the rigidity that confuses metaphors for literal statements and relax into the flexibility that savors the chance explaining metaphors as similes. So now I've got in my head Run DMC and their song Tricky, because that's what's going on right now. We're going to get tricky. As we inhale, all circumstances, our thoughts could appear quite vivid. Yet as we relax into our exudation, they could feel as non-graspable or for this surreal or imagined paradise or vati of light. Oh, Kevin, you are too kind. me maziri hung om, mahung benzo guru me maziri hung om, mahung benzo guru me maziri hung. As we inhale our bodies, our forms could feel quite sensual. Yet as we relax into our exhalation, they could feel it as non-graspable or void as a real or imagined octopoiedom of light. Om Mahum Benzo Guru Me Maziri Hung Om Mahum Benzo Guru Me Maziri Hung Om Mahum Benzo Guru Me Maziri Hung Om Mahum Benzo Guru Me Maziri Hung. As we inhale the interpersonal experience of communication, no speech could sound quite resounding. Yet as we relax into our exhalation, it could feel it is not graspable or what is a real or imagined mantra of light. Om Ahum Benzo Guru Me Maziri Hung Om Ahum Benzo Guru Me Maziri Hung Om Ahum Benzo Guru Me Maziri Hung Om Ahum Benzo Guru Me Maziri Hung. As we inhale, we can notice all one's perceptions, emotions, intentions, cognitions, recollections, and imaginings quite clearly. Yet as we relax into our exhalation, they could feel it is not graspable or what is a real or imagined bija seed suitable of light. maziri hung om, ahung benzugunu me maziri hung om, ahung benzugunu me maziri hung. Let us bring the 5 body regions into the path of bliss and letting go. We've worked with love and letting go. We've worked with awareness and letting go. How's about a bit of the old bliss and letting go? You know, for shits and giggles. Oh, won't you please chant with me? As we relax into our exhalation, whatever lower abdomen we might have noticed during our previous inhalation could begin to feel as non-graspable as real or imagined cities, mustard seeds are suitable of green light. Now, I must write myself a reminder, please bear with me. Okay, let's see. Page 122. Dankeschön. Om Ahum Benzo Guru Me Mazeri Hum Om Ahum Benzo Guru Me Mazeri Hum Om Ahum Benzo Guru Me Mazeri Hum Om Ahum Benzo Guru Me Mazeri Hum. As we relax into our exhalation, the area behind the navel that we might have noticed during our previous inhalation could begin to feel as non-graspable as real or imagined Ranasambhavas, mustard seeds suitable drum of gold light. Om Mahung Benzo Guru Me Maziri Hung Om Mahung Benzo Guru Me Maziri Hung Om Mahung Benzo Guru Me Maziri Hung Om Mahung Benzo Guru Me Maziri Hung. Yes, 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 it's still niggling at me. So what if I took this, did the old Kataruni, but this time I changed the font to Arial Narrow, and I reduced this. Ha ha ha! Oh, Jigme is going to be even more insufferable after this. As we relax into our exhalation, whatever heart we might have noticed during our previous inhalation could begin to feel as non-graspable as real or imagined akshopias, mustard seeds, considerable hunger, blue light. Good, okay. Om Mahung Benzo Guru Me Maziri Hung Om Mahung Benzo Guru Me Maziri Hung Om Mahung Benzo Guru Me Maziri Hung Om Mahung Benzo Guru Me Maziri Hung. The essence of mindfulness is to silently and mentally recite the demonstrative pronoun this during each inhalation, that we might perceive vulnerably, passively, viscerally, and randomly. The essence of meditation can be accessed by silently and mentally reciting the one-syllable verb ease during each exhalation, that we might physically relax and mentally release. As we relax into our exhalation, whatever threat we might have noticed during our previous inhalation could begin to feel as non-graspable as real or imagined amitabas. Mustard seed size syllable tree of red light. Mahung benzu guru me maziri hungo, mahung benzu guru me maziri hungo, mahung benzu guru me maziri hungo, mahung benzu guru me maziri hungo. As we relax into our exhalation, whatever chronoscope we might have noticed during our previous inhalation could begin to feel as non-graspable as real or imagined Vadochana, as mustard seed size a bloom of white light. Mahung benzu guru me maziri hungo, mahung benzu guru me maziri hungo, mahung benzu guru me maziri hungo, mahung benzu guru me maziri hungo. Let's jump ahead. Let's bring the spontaneous play of mind into the path of awareness and letting go. Okay, sorry about that. Sorry about that, Chief. I think I had a better idea. Okay. Let's bring the dualistic 5 perceptions into the path of non-duality's awareness and letting go. As we relax into our exhalation, whatever dualistic experience of beauty or ugliness we might have noticed during our previous inhalation could begin to melt into the non-duality of just sights. Om Ahum Benzu Guru Me Maziri Hung Om Ahum Benzu Guru Me Maziri Hung Om Ahum Benzu Guru Me Maziri Hung Om Ahum Benzu Guru Me Maziri Hung. As we relax into our exhalation, whatever dualistic experience of discord or harmony we might have noticed during our previous inhalation could begin to melt into the non-duality of simply sound. Om Mahum Benzu Guru Me Maziri Hung Om Mahum Benzu Guru Me Maziri Hung Om Mahum Benzu Guru Me Maziri Hung Om Mahum Benzu Guru Me Maziri Hung. As we relax into our exhalation, whatever dualistic experience of foul or fragrant we might have noticed during our previous inhalation could begin to melt into the non-duality of simply scent. Om Ahum Benzu Guru Me Maziri Hung Om Ahum Benzu Guru Me Maziri Hung Om Ahum Benzu Guru Me Maziri Hung Om me maziri hung. As we relax into our exhalation, whatever dualistic experience of disgusting or delicious we might have noticed during our previous inhalation could begin to melt into the non-duality of simply taste. Om Mahum Benzo Guru Me Maziri Hung. 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 As we relax into our exhalation, whatever dualistic experience of pain or pleasure we might have. This is a tongue twister for me. Pain or pleasure. Of pain or pleasure we might have noticed during our previous inhalation could begin to melt into the non-duality of simply sensation. Om Mahum Benzo Guru Me Maziri Hung. 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 Let us seal this evening's practice by percussively chanting Love and Letting Go's wishes for universal enlightenment and well-being. May all minds of all beings lucid yet void no be as enlightened as a Buddha's mind symbolized by a one-syllable bija. May all speech of all beings resounding yet void no be as loving as a Buddha's speech symbolized by a multi-syllable mantra. May all forms of all beings sensual yet void no be as healthy as a yeta marked up depicted in Buddhist statuary. May all lots of all beings appearing yet void no be as fortunate as a pure land of law depicted in Buddhist paintings. If you feel that I have earned it, you could give this live stream a thumbs up. You could even help support this channel. In approximately 10.5 hours, I would very much like to return to lead tomorrow's early meditation class and group practice. And if you are as geeky as me, may the Force be with you always.